Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about the champion of Shazam because she has the power. Mary Marvel. As you guys know, Mary Marvel is the former twin sister of Billy Batson, who was separated at birth, and of course, due to that, she has the ability to share powers with her brother and become Mary Marvel. But now DC Comics decided to, you know, reboot the Shazam family because Jeff Johns thought that people were too stupid to know the difference between Captain Marvel, DC, and they changed their entire origins to try to fit that. And honestly, it hasn't helped the family. Even his rebirth run, which was fine, it didn't help the characters at all, because the problem is that they're trying to treat the Shazam family as if they're something new, and they're not. The problem is the unnecessary diverse foster family, because it's fake. It's not earned. It is not given. It is just there because they need a quota. And don't sit up there and say, "Oh no, it's not, Trey." Yes, the hell it is. It's a quota. It is a definitely quota that they that they put in there because they needed some diversity. Because what was wrong with Captain Marvel, Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr.? Honestly, nothing. And the only reason why they're there is literally for a quota. Because you don't need a foster family in the Shazam family when Billy was already a foster child, an orphan growing up in the not in the sort of tough streets of Fawcett City. And of course, over time, he found his family. His story is found family, and finding long lost family, creating a family out of nothing. Once he lost his original, his mom and dad, he found his sister. His best friend became his partner. He had his uncle that was, there, that helped him as best he can. Then of course you had it's Tony Tiger, you had the Lieutenant Marvels. You see what I'm saying? Just because it wasn't diverse doesn't mean that it wasn't a family that was found. And the problem with the story is that they're trying to treat Mary Marvel as a new character, and she's not a new character. Especially people who are familiar with Mary Marvel, you would know that it's like they're trying to force her to accommodate to the new changes that shouldn't even really be there. Because what Jeff Johns should have did in the Shazam Rebirth run was actually get rid of the foster family, and actually what I would have did is I would have retconned the New 52 nonsense out the way, and I would have just kept I would have just went back to the original post-crisis Captain Marvel, or at least the golden age, at least, because I don't care about the foster family. Honestly, I didn't really care about them in the movie neither. The only characters I honestly cared about from the kids is literally Freddie Freeman, Mary Bonfield, and what's his guy there? Billy Batson himself. Those are the three characters I care about. I don't care about the other three children, and I honestly, because they're useless. Honestly, I don't need the Shazam power to be shared with them, because what have they done? What have they really proved that they needed to be part of the Marvel family? Nothing at all. The problem why Captain Marvel Shazam is failing is because DC's trying to force them to accommodate to something that's not true to what the characters are. Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr., and Captain Marvel himself, Shazam, Billy Batson, has had solo runs for a long time. Mary Marvel is the first female spinoff character to have a solo run. You know what I mean? And this was before Supergirl. So the character can be done, but excuse me, the character can be done, but you have to actually know the character. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just do whatever and expect same results. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't work like that. As much as people want it to work like that, it just doesn't work like that. So this one is, she decides to go off to college. She lost after the events of Teen Titans Academy and the Shazam thing, where Billy stays in hell or whatever. They lose the power of Shazam, pretty much. And everybody doesn't have their powers anymore. And Mary's fine with that. But now she's going off to college. She wants to, she wants to be her own person. But, of course, that can never happen, because Billy sent a magical rabbit to say, hey, Mary, people need you. You need to be, you need to have the power again and stuff like that. So Mary was reluctant. Mary was transported back over to Fawcett City, or not Fawcett City, but wherever the hell they at now. I forgot the goddamn name of the damn place that they at. Who cares? Honestly. The Shazam family really hasn't been all that damn interesting ever since, Jeff Johns rebooted them, which I thought that was one thing that he failed at. Jeff Johns is a good writer, but he cannot get he did not get the Captain Marvel family correct at all. And you would think with somebody so lore heavy about history of the characters, you would think that it's a simple fix. It's really a simple fix. Honestly, it's really, honest to God, a simple fix, but for some reason they don't want to do that with the Shazam family, which is not that damn hard. All you got to do is just get rid of the foster family, give Mary back her original parents. I mean, her adopted family that took her when her and Billy were separated at birth. Have Billy as his living with his uncle again. Have Freddie Freeman be the best friend that he helped save after his dad died. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it simple, stupid. You get what I'm saying? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't put the unnecessary foster family in there. The foster family that still ain't adopted the damn kids. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, these kids been with y'all for a long time and you still ain't adopted them? No thanks. No thanks. At this point, either adopt them or lose the storyline for me. But, Mary wants to be her own person now. So she's in college. She's happy. She's up in New York City. Magical Rabbit was like, you have to be the new champion of Shazam. She's like, oh hell no. The Rabbit's like, oh hell yes. She transforms to save the day, and she returns back to New York City, and they're like, oh, there's go Mary Bromfield, and the cops are like, oh, Mary, we have something to tell you. And she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal the rabbit. They were like, oh, no, we're not talking about that. Where your parents went missing. And that's how the comic book goes. And I'm like, that's it. And Doc Schaefer, he's doing the cover and the interior artwork. Have you not drawn Mary before? Because she looking old as hell. She's supposed to be, 19 years old? Yeah. Doc, I'm gonna need you to step your game up on that one, because that don't make no damn sense. How she got bags on her eyes. She looks less feminine than she needs to. I'm talking about in her face. Everything else is fine. It's her face that looks so off and so weird that I'm just trying to figure out, like, what the hell happened here? Go back and look at old Mary Marvels, please. Like, go back and look at her when she was in post-crisis or even before then. You need to figure out something, but whatever you're doing, fix that face. All you gotta do is just make it a little bit feminine. Put a little blush on her face if you need to, but you need to do something with her, honestly, because she look like she hasn't been sleeping. She look like she about 30 years old instead of a 19-year-old girl, and that's just weird to me. The new Shazam suit reminds me of a little bit of her classic red costume. A little over-designed, if you ask me. Again, I like the keep it simple, stupid kind of thing for me. But I am glad they brought back the one cape kind of thing, where the cape is connected on her left shoulder. That's a classic look. But other than that, honestly, it was an okay run. It didn't do anything special. But like I said, it feels like they're trying to force her into something that shouldn't be there. And that's how the Shazam line been for me since the New 52. Like, you're trying to force this character into something that clearly is not, you know? It's the same thing with Black Adam too, which she even had commented that one when the rabbit was like, the world needs saving and stuff like that. And she was like, there's Black Adam and other heroes. No, first off, baby, no, the fuck, Black Adam is not a hero. Stop with this nonsense, DC. Stop it. Stop it. He is the foe of the Shazam family, Marvel family. Honestly, like, please stop. Keep his ass as an anti-hero, and that's it. That's all you gotta goddamn do. Don't overcomplicate this character at all. I don't care if the fucking Rock playing his ass. Stop trying to make him heroic. Really, honestly. There's only so much I can handle of changing anti-heroes and villains into good guys. No, they're fucking evil, all right? Especially when you bring up the events that Black Adam has done, but it wouldn't make any sense because therefore the Foster family shit shouldn't even exist in. You know what I mean? Like, it just don't make the sense God gave, honestly. Just stop overcomplicating the Shazam family. Fix what you need to fix, which is simple. Get rid of the Foster family. Give Mary back her original parents. Make Mary and Billy Batson twins. Stop trying to push Billy Batson away from the power of Shazam, Captain Marvel. Make Freddie Freeman Captain Marvel Jr. That's it. Keep it simple, stupid. And have their Tony Tiger. And that's it. The magical magical talking tiger. Tawny Tiger. That's it. That's all you gotta do. They can be friends with the foster children if they need to be, or whatever. They can be their supporting characters if you honestly needed them. But I don't think they need to be part of the Shazam family at all. And I know some people are like, well, there's a Shazam movie coming up. Okay, and there's a Black Adam movie coming up, and guess what? They're killing Black Adam off for a descendant. So, and they do this all the time. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness was coming out. And guess what? They killed Strange off and put his wife in replacement. So they can get rid of these goddamn characters just because the fucking movie is out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. And you want to know how I know it doesn't work? It's because they had years. They had years to do something with the family to show us that the Foster family made sense for the Marvel family in DC. And it didn't. It didn't. And I read the Rebirth run. That's why I'm saying it. It didn't. Honestly. It's there. But it's nothing groundbreaking at all. Hell, they can't even call them by their names. Like, how? What dumb shit is that? The book should have been called Mary Marvel, The Power of Shazam. That's it. That's it, DC. Her name is Mary Marvel. That is her superhero name. Mary Marvel. Bam. That's it. Billy Batson. Captain Marvel. Freddie Freeman. Captain Marvel Jr. That's it. Do not overcomplicate this shit. at all. You're allowed to still call those characters who they are. But it's boring trying to see you try to create them as new characters. Because if you wanted new characters, that's fine. But characters who have damn near close to the same amount of years as Superman, y'all still struggle on how to tell it, and then y'all keep restarting the characters because of how grain of history, Captain Marvel is. Captain Marvel is very ingrained into the history of, the early 1930s and 40s. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can still update it for modern times, but every time y'all do that, y'all are ashamed of the characters or the legacy of it. Or you think it offends somebody. Honestly, who the fuck cares if it offends somebody? I really so tired of, it might be offensive to somebody. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? It's more about trying to keep this IP alive. And that movie ain't doing much of nothing. Because even with the Shazam stuff, I didn't really see people talking about the characters, honestly. And for God's sakes, make the Shazam character, not Shazam character, but make Captain Marvel the foe of Black Adam again, please. Thank you. And take some of those stories that Mary had back in the 1930s and 40s, and maybe play around with those and do maybe like a modern retelling of those stories or something like that. But you need to do something. But like I said, the book was okay. It wasn't nothing groundbreaking or anything. It kind of felt like a waste of time, honestly, because it could have been better, but it's not. And it just makes me be like, well, what was the point of this? So you can because see, the reason why Mary Marvel worked as a character is because she wasn't trying to replace her brother at all. She was her own character in her own right. But the problem is nowadays is that we have too many of these characters coming in and replacing the classic characters, And I'm not saying that you can't do that kind of stuff, but honest to God, the storylines that they gave the Shazam family made absolutely no sense, and it's always trying to push Billy out of the way for someone else. They already pushed Billy out the way for Black Adam. They already pushed Billy out the way for his sister. The sister that y'all don't even want to acknowledge that is really his sister biologically. You get what I'm saying? So you got to make it make sense. Honestly, you got to figure out something. But what you're doing now is not working for the character. Because what I would do after Dark Crisis, I would literally retcon the Shazam family from the New 52 stuff and literally just have Mary, Freddie, Billy, the uncle, the Tony Tiger, go back to post-crisis Marvel family. That's what you need. And have Mary Marvel as Mary Marvel, have Captain Marvel Jr. as Captain Marvel Jr., and have Billy Batson as Captain Marvel. And just stop with the nonsense, honestly. And bring back the stories of old. And stop trying to be ashamed of them or being afraid it might offend somebody. Because one of Captain Marvel's greatest storylines can't even get printed anymore because it's offensive to some people. Who the fuck cares? Those people ain't gonna buy your book anyway. Everybody loves the Monster Society arc of Captain Marvel. And y'all won't even show that. Damn. It's crazy. So figure that out for me. But like I said, the book was okay. It ain't nothing to go home about. It ain't nothing to cry about. It just was a okay book. But those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.